In this final lesson, we're going to apply dark theme to the registration as well as authentication pages. So I will open up template of the registration page in the editor. It is called register.html. And the first thing, as we usually do to apply dark theme, is we'll have to add dark class to the root element. And then let's also add dark mode key inside Tailwind CSS configuration object with the value of selector. And now I will make the background color dark gray by applying bggrade100 class to this body element. And then let's also make the logo on the page white when the dark theme will be active by applying text white class to this SVG element. Alright, cool, that's a good start. Next one, I'm going to make the card itself dark. That is going to look like this. Let's jump back to the editor and apply the following classes to this element. I'm going to make background color gray with a shade of 900. The border color will be completely black and there will be no shadow. Let's remove the shadow by applying class shadow none. And then we'll start modifying classes of the label and the input field. We'll do that for the first input field. And then we'll just copy all those classes and apply them to the rest of input elements on this page. So I'm going to make label gray with a shade of 300. And as for the input field, let's make the outline indigo with a shade of 400. When this input field will be in focus, background color will be gray with a shade of 700. We'll also remove the border, make text white, and placeholder color will be gray with a shade of 400. And that is looking good. Now I'm gonna copy classes of the first label and apply them to the rest of labels. And the same thing I'm going to do with the classes applied to the first input field. We will also apply them to the rest of inputs on the page. And after doing this, we're going to get the following result. We will not do anything to this button because it already looks good when the dark theme is active. And as for this text, I'm going to make it lighter by using text gray 300 class right here. And for this login link, let's change color on indigo with a shade of 400. And when hovering over this link, the color will become indigo with a shade of 300, a little bit lighter. And I think it is looking good. At this point we can stop. And just because authentication page is pretty similar to registration page, I have already applied the same classes of the dark theme to authentication page, so eventually it looks like this, just like registration page. And with that we have finished working on all the pages of this project. In addition, we have also made each page responsive and applied dark theme to every page. And by the way, to easily toggle between dark and light theme, all we have to do is to remove or add dark class to the HTML element. And as you can see, theme changes. When the dark class is present, the dark theme will be active. Otherwise, the light theme will be active. And this is it. Link to the repository of the finished source code of this project will be in the video description.